ABC, Southern Queensland, Footloose, back to the year 1984. It was one of the great movie musicals of the 1980s. Had the perfect premise for that genre. Rebellious teenager moves with his mother to a small southern US town of Beaumont, I think it was. Now, Beaumont, not all that different to a lot of small southern US towns, except for one small thing: you are not allowed to dance. If John Travolta moved to Beaumont, he'd have to take up carpentry. Lady Gaga would have to buy a set of knitting needles. In Beaumont, moving to music is a freeway to hell itself. The movie was Footloose. It was the movie that gave Kevin Bacon his first taste of screen glory. But since then, Footloose has been turned into a stage musical, which means it gets to have an ongoing life of its own. Your chance to see it this week at the Empire Theatre. Students from Toowoomba Grammar School and Fairholme College are coming together to bring it to the Empire Theatre. With me this morning, Ruben Kruger, who plays Ren McCormack, Sam Freer, who plays Willard Hewitt, Sienna Green, who plays Ariel Moore, and Aisha Saleh, who plays Rusty, who's Ariel's best friend. Guys, good morning and welcome. Thank you so much for coming in.
Morning. Thank you for having us.
Wonderful to have you all in, and also because the idea of seeing a teenager before, I think, 10 o'clock in the morning, it's like seeing the Tasmanian tiger. So thank you very much for getting up early for us. Tell me firstly, just well, not a show of hands, it's not going to work for radio, but there's so much that I love about this musical, but it's the fact that it's still kicking along after 1984 was the first incarnation. How many of you had actually seen the movie before maybe you had to watch it for a bit of research purposes?
I don't think ever, really.
No,
I
I googled the characters and then applied that from there. I actually had no idea who any of these people were, but when we got to know the musical, it was kind of like a kind of discovery process. We got to know like who the characters were as well, and it was really fun. Yeah.
Gotcha. And that's the same for everyone? No one had seen it?
Well, for me, the first time I saw the musical was when it got announced that Footloose was what we were doing this year. So Mum made me watch the Kevin Bacon version that day.
She made you?
She was like, Sienna, we're watching it tonight. And I'm like, okay.
Do I have to? Look, because if you guys are anything like my kids who are around about the same age, anything prior to 2015 is just, you don't want to know about it, can't do it.
That's
you know?
right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
they say the CGI is too old. I tell them Footloose doesn't have CGI. It doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter. It's the equivalent of watching a black and white movie. What did you think when you first sat down to watch it?
Oh, well, I looked at it and it was pretty old, like the visuals of it. But, yeah, like, it wasn't very good quality, but it's all right.
Sounds like a teenager. So tell me, what made you want to go for the lead role, Ruben?
I think it's mainly, he's a great dancer, which is really fun to do and everything.
Yep.
But probably like the fact that he's moving from the big city into the country town, like, makes it very like relatable also.
Right, okay. So
Yeah.
is that, you done that move yourself?
Not necessarily, but like with people around me that have like moved into Toowoomba and stuff like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Yep. So it's sort of a storyline you can relate to.
Yeah,
Most
yeah.
definitely. I believe, so the dancing side you were attracted to, I believe you've been taking singing lessons since you were in grade 2 or something like that. So
Yeah,
the
so-
singing, was dancing lessons part of that sort of whole regime, or did that come later?
Well, that's basically just for this show. Probably started to dance
okay.
with the singing, but I've like realised how much it helps, like with the whole act and everything.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And Sam, what about you? Because you're, I guess, that little bit older, so you have done plenty of singing and dancing before?
Yeah, I've done a few shows in my time. Definitely, yeah.
He's being so coy, you know. You know, I don't want to sort of dominate, but what are some of the other musicals you've done?
Oh, just I can't even.
Can't even remember.
There's
The wedding
few,
singer. The wedding singer.
It's just so many. Sienna's
Yeah.
trying to help you there, you know.
Yeah, do enjoy them. Do enjoy everything in the creative arts, really.
Absolutely. How often does Grammar and Fairholme get together for a musical like this?
Every 2
Every 2
years.
years.
Right. Okay. So, and how many of you have been in one of these musicals before?
Yeah.
Just Sam.
Just Sam. Okay, gotcha. And what was because the last one I believe was, are we going back to Titanic? No. What was
No,
the last one you were in?
The last one we did, due to COVID, we had to make a bit of a a feature film mashup of lots of musicals.
Oh, right. Okay, gotcha. Yes, yes. Very. And how did that turn out?
Yeah, we think it turned out quite well. It was quite a different process to what we used to, of course. You know, filming something as opposed to performing it live.
So, but that would have been a great experience, though.
But yeah, it was fantastic to learn. You know, a different skill set.
For sure. Sienna, what made you want to sign on to this? What was it the role, or was it just I'll take anything that comes, anything that you're willing to give me?
Oh, well, I love dancing, and I wasn't sure if I was going to do the musical this year, but because it was Footloose and I'm in year 12, I was like, I should give it a go. It's my last year. And my parents really backed me with it, so put myself out there, and now I'm learning a lot as the musical goes on, which is really fun.
Because it's a hell of a lot of work. So you've been working on this since pretty much the beginning of the year, or was it last term last year that auditions were held, Sienna?
We started auditions at the end of last year, and then we got given the scripts over the holidays to learn, which some of us did, and then we came back this year to start rehearsals, which is really nice because, like, new year, you come in prepared, meet a lot of new people. It was really fun.
Absolutely, definitely. And Aisha, how does it work logistically? Because you've got students from two different schools. Do you just sort of take it in turns where you rehearse, or is there a lot, like, do you start off just doing your parts and rehearsing your bits over at Fairholme and TGS do theirs, and then you come together at the end? How does it work in terms of navigating that divide?
Yeah, well, we all kind of got together, like the whole cast, so boys from Grammar and girls from Fairholme. We all kind of met at Fairholme for the past term and a bit, and we worked on it together there, like scripts, music, dancing, everything was there. And recently we've moved to Grammar and done our rehearsals there. But yeah, it's been pretty good, really fun doing it together because we have like friends from Grammar, and Grammar have friends from Fairholme that we just come together and we socialise when we come to the musical, and that's what makes it fun, kind of.
So it's not like, because someone looking from the outside might think, you guys have actually never met each other. Fairholme Girls' School, Grammar Boys' School, never the twain shall meet, but you sort of knew each other socially in a lot of cases outside of school anyway.
Yes, musical kind of has that way of like bringing people together, and like you get pretty good friends from musical and like good connections. You learn a lot about people. You learn a lot about people when they're under stress. But yeah, it's good.
And just how stressful is it, Aisha?
Just a wee bit. Yeah, not really. It just depends on like how prepared you feel. Like obviously for Sam, who's done 3 billion shows, this is no biggie. But this is like my first one, so I'm. Just kidding, I can't say that.
Well, it's not your first one, or?
It's my first one, but I'm pretty stressed, yeah.
Absolutely. It'll all be fine on the night. It'll all be perfectly fine. It's all good. If you forget your lines, Sam will whisper them to you. I've got no doubt about this whatsoever. This is your first musical as well, though,
yes,
isn't it, Ruben?
Yeah.
Yeah, but so are you feeling the same sort of stresses as...
Pretty much along the same lines
Aisha?
of stress, but it's not like the first musical I've done, but I've been on Empire like heaps of times for like singing and choirs and all those different acts, but first musical ever, yeah.
Fair enough. So Sam, looks like the whole, it's up to you to sort of, rev the troops and inspire the lot of them, no pressure, but are you up to the task?
Absolutely.
Fair enough. Sam and Ruben, I believe you guys, you're in a band.
Yes.
Together,
yes.
Just the two of you, a duo called Just the Two of Us.
Yep.
Yeah.
So is this an opportunity? Are you going to, on the last performance, just somewhere in the middle, just burst into your own songs and take advantage of the fact that absolutely.
Marketing, why not?
I don't want to inspire any rebellion here, but it'd be an opportunity going begging.
Yeah.
Absolutely, the rebellion is the name of the game. All four of you, just lastly, what are you taking away from this experience? What has it given you, Ruben?
Well, the musical overall is like definitely meeting new friends has been a big thing, like from different school, and like you're probably going to have those connections with the younger people until they're in grade 12 also, which is really good, and probably it's a whole different like aspect than like just singing, and it's like the whole the whole package really, with
Yeah, yeah.
like acting and like with movement and everything, which was probably the big thing that stood out to me.
Absolutely.
show, yeah.
Yep. And it sounds like it's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very fun.
Sam, what about you? Since you've done it all, is an old hand, is the wise old sage that the others go to for advice, is just another musical to notch on your belt? Or
No, I always enjoy working with other creatives. Like this year, we've got a director who I've never worked with, and some other teachers, and you can always learn so much from other people, peers, teachers, and I just get inspired by, how other people, what they can bring to the arts and share.
collaboration
Exactly, it's
is key, absolutely, definitely. Sienna?
Yeah, similar to what Ruben and Sam said, but just enjoyment, because sometimes you're not always going to be on pitch, sometimes you're going to mess out a dance move, but just enjoy every moment of it, even if it's not perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because it is a priceless experience, really, isn't it?
Yeah, well, our
Yep.
rehearsals are more of a social gathering than an actual rehearsal.
And Aisha, you're just going to say, ask me at the end, ask me when it's all over. Is that right?
No, you're more along the lines of what Ruben said. I think that musical is so much more than the actual musical. Like, it's a place where people make lots of new friendships and, like, learn a lot about each other, not just because of stress, but, like, yeah, you just learn so much about each other, and it's nice to be able to, like, connect with people in a different mindset, because, like, using your right brain or whatever it's called, you get to, like, explore different parts of yourself and others.
Yeah, absolutely. Get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, Ruben, Sam, Sienna and Aisha, I wish you all the very best. It's going to be a hoot. So Thursday night, still tickets available?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Plenty of tickets available on Thursday and Friday.
Fair enough.
They are selling out fast, though.
So family members haven't snapped them all up?
Oh, I think my whole family's taken up the first 2 rows, but other than that, there's plenty of seats.
Is that the really nerve-wracking bit? Would you be happy if they were all just people you didn't know? Is it performing
I
in front of
think
family? Is that a
my
scary prospect?
My family's very supportive, so even if I came on for like one scene, they would still all be there.
They'd be the loudest clappers and the cat calls and everything.
Definitely, yes.
Fantastic. Well, guys, enjoy the experience. There's a bit of, and this is a song that I remember very, very well from. It was Denise Williams who did it, and you guys are going to say Denise who? What? But a great song from the original soundtrack. Break a leg, all of you. Thursday night, Friday night, still tickets available, so contact the Empire Theatre for more information. Guys, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you
you.
so much.